Good evening, this is Bronson's by any means necessary fantasy baseball talk for Thursday night. Getting my days a little backwards here. I keep thinking it's like the next day, but it's been a couple of days since I did a video for you. I've been very busy getting my, being able to drive again. I'm finally able to drive. Finally got my car registered and got my license in my possession. I'm legal to drive again. Everything's solid. Been driving for the last. I got to drive home from my parents' house last night, and I've been driving around today. It's a wonderful feeling after nearly 3 years of perseverance and a lot of sacrifices financially and with my social life. Just having to be a little more choosy with work and stuff like that, not being able to pick up extra shifts. There's just a lot of stuff going on. I'm just so thrilled to finally be driving. There is one major concern though: the speedometer on my car doesn't work. So it's definitely interesting when I feel like when I'm at like the front of a line of cars or going down a road that has no other cars to like help me maintain a flow. But on the freeway, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. There's a freeway, there's always a lot of cars. Just kind of keep up, try to keep up with people in front of you and stay in front of the people in front of you. You know, go with the flow of traffic. So the speedometer not necessarily so important on the freeway. But yeah, I'm really excited, really happy. And another bit of good news today. Remember, I told you guys the story of how I left some money in the ATM and lost $120. Well, I did actually leave it in the ATM. I'm still not sure how I did that. I've never done that before. It's just such a stupid, bum-headed thing, but I did leave the $120 in there, and it was actually returned. A nice, very nice customer actually returned it. I didn't take any of it. I returned it all. I'm very fortunate and thankful for that. I wish I knew who they were. I would give them a tip for being good citizens, trustworthy citizens. I can't say for certain that I would do the same thing, but I'm glad they did, and so yeah, it's been a good couple, really good couple of days. I'm feeling a lot more confident with life, and just in general, feeling a lot more positive this week than I have been for the last few weeks. So yeah, I'm quite excited. I did go watch, it was nice to actually drive to the movie theater for the first time in a long time. I got to drive. I went and watched the new Boss Baby movie, which wasn't great, but wasn't terrible. It had some good, strong themes that kind of are applicable to my life with the whole, feeling lonely and not having the best relationship with my sibling, I should say, and but not a terrible movie. Definitely a good movie for kids, for you to take your kids to see, or wait for it to hit Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever it ends up being on. Let's get to it. We've got a couple of pitchers who hit the disabled list today: Sonny Gray and Joe Ross. A bit frustrating because Sonny Gray just came off the disabled list and he was actually pitching well. And then Joe Ross has been on a hot stretch lately as well, and he was due to pitch tomorrow, I think. Maybe it's tomorrow or Saturday. He was due to pitch again, and I was looking forward to that because I do have him rostered in a few leagues now. I picked him up as a streamer, and just kept him because he's been pitching well enough to hold. So I gotta find replacements for them now, as will you if you have them. But yeah, some hitters, some hot hitters to add. Consider adding, anyways. You don't have to add. No one's holding a gun to your head or anything. But some high hitters who are hot. Not to be redundant, they are worth looking at. If you need some production from your hitters, Elvis Andrews. Yes, Elvis Andrews is still around. He's in Oakland now, still playing shortstop, and he's looking okay. Definitely looking okay right now. If you need some shortstop or middle infield help, he's probably the best option for you out there right now. Garrett Cooper of the Marlins gives you outfield and first base eligibility. I think maybe third base too. I don't know. I had him for a while because he's got DH eligibility. I have a couple of leagues where I have to have a DH, and so having Garrett Cooper was useful because I could put him in DH or as a fill-in at other spots. And when he was hitting well early in the year, he was worth having. And he kind of tailed off, so I dropped him. But he's definitely worth adding again now because of the multi-positional versatility. And Starlin Castro of the Nationals, second base and third base eligibility, definitely worth having. He's probably one of the hottest hitters in baseball over the last week. And some streaming options for you tomorrow, Friday, if you're looking for a streamer. I've got 5 for you. Really 4. The 5th one's kind of I'm not sure about, but I think he'd be useful. The information is useful for you to have and make your own decision because the matchup is good and his numbers aren't terrible. It's just a personal thing. We'll get to that later. The streaming options for tomorrow: 5. First, starting with chronological order, Shane McClanahan of Tampa Bay, someone we need to start taking seriously. He's looked really good. He hasn't been able to go deep into games much. And yes, I'm aware he's pitching against Toronto tomorrow. That's a tough matchup. So he could give up some runs. But the strikeouts, man, he's striking people out really well. Getting a lot of attention in that Tampa rotation. So he's a guy we should, take a look at streaming tomorrow or even just picking up for the rest of the season. Your second streamer for tomorrow, Zach Thompson of the Braves. I finally get to talk about Zach Thompson. He's very fascinating to me because I'd never heard of him until like a couple of weeks ago. And he's definitely not one of the more heralded rookies out there. He's definitely not one of the most heralded pitchers in his own rotation. There's a lot of young talent in that rotation with Trevor Rogers, Sandy Alcantara, Sixto Sanchez. But Zach Thompson has been electrifying here early in the year. He actually has the second highest strikeout rate of any starting pitcher in baseball behind the one and only Jacob deGrom. So that's pretty fantastic stat. He hasn't pitched enough innings to qualify for that, to technically qualify for that yet. But, I mean, this guy kind of came out of nowhere. Definitely a hot hand to be riding for now. I see no reason why he shouldn't continue his numbers tomorrow against the Braves because all his peripheral stats suggest that it's not a fluke. For the next streamer, chronologically, Cole Irvin of Oakland at the Rangers. Cole Irvin is another guy who's kind of come out of nowhere this year and really is putting together a consistently productive year. That should continue against the bad Texas Rangers. Lineup tomorrow we got David Price, who's making his first start of the year. Not expected to go deep into the game, but the Arizona Diamondbacks, his opponent, are terrible. Dodgers are good. Very good chance that if he can go deep enough into the game to qualify for the win, he's going to get a win. We know that David Price is potentially future Hall of Famer as a starting pitcher, so we know the talent is there. The only question mark really is, can he go deep into the game? Is he going to be stretched out fully? And lastly, just kind of a judgment call here because I'm personally avoiding Angels pitchers for the rest of the year. But Alex Cobb against the Mariners, he's worthy of a spot start for you, not necessarily for me, but Mariners, despite being let's call them contenders, and they're moderately successful so far this year, they still can't hit that great overall. So Alex Cobb is, and it's also in Seattle, which is a very pitcher-friendly environment. So Alex Cobb could definitely have a good day for you if you want to take a chance on him tomorrow. So that's it. That's all I've got to say today. I'm not going to end up under 10 minutes, but I will make sure I end up under 11 minutes. I'm going to keep this video a little shorter than normal, even though I do have a lot of things to say. We can continue this conversation tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do a video tomorrow, and maybe even I can do one on Saturday because now I can drive, and so tomorrow I may even go somewhere and film it on location somewhere here in the Portland metro area. So that could be exciting for you, for viewers who are subscribed to my channel. So as always, have a blessed day. Good luck in your lineups. Peace, love, and nacho fries.